Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some Civilization 6 with Filthy Robot. How's it going, Filthy?
Not too bad. Take two, huh?
Yeah, so we're doing things a little bit different today. We spent about an hour and a half now working on trying to get some of the audio issues worked out. And in the meantime, what did you do? You went to the dark side?
I did. I upgraded to Windows 10. I didn't want to, but reasons made me do it. And now Civ 6 is no longer working for me temporarily, so we have to get that updated. So we're going to have to change the whole who's broadcasting what around a little bit for these ones. Shouldn't be a big deal, but kind of annoying for our side for all the work putting into this and still not getting anything out of it. So
right.
Oh, well.
And so none of this even fixed your issue, did it?
No, sound issue's still there. Fucking now I just have the additional issue of relearning Windows 10, which is wonderful. So.
Yeah. So you got to learn Windows 10. You've got to fix Civ 6 because it doesn't work for you anymore. Because you're on a new system and it's an early access thing and all that stuff. What else? What else doesn't work? The audio still is a little bit unbalanced. So yeah, you got a lot of issues.
There's still something. There's some fucking issue in the audio somewhere that we don't know where it is.
It sounds like you might be a little bit upset. Are you upset?
You know, is this my one thing to bitch about? Because if it is, I'm going to hold on to this and wait for Civ 6 to do unit cycle again. Because that's what I want to bitch about.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah, I know. That did happen to me, so I do know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Okay, so I'm in the driver's seat now, so hopefully I don't play too slowly for your liking. How do you feel about our initial start location?
Wow, what a pile of fucking garbage this is.
Why? We got luxury resources. We got some tea. We got crabs. Crabs are cool. Sure. Everyone loves crabs.
Well, let's take a look. If we really want to talk about this as a start, we have no fresh water, so it's immediate housing issues. We are coastal, so we get some of that back, but it's not anywhere near as much. We have no potential for an aqueduct here, which means that in the mid-game, we're going to be super stunted on our ability to grow. We have almost no production. There's no mix of growth and production on any of these tiles except the stone and the deer, which is okay. The problem with tea is a really weak resource. If you look at the yields, 2 food, 1 science is really not the resource you want to be seeing in the early game. You want a high mix of production and hammers. And crab is not actually a luxury resource anymore. It's just a bonus resource. And it is, right now, no. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? We can't just restart because we have a bad start?
Well, sure I can. Well, why wouldn't I?
Because when you play multiplayer, you can't do that. You got to suck it up and make the best of it.
Are we playing multiplayer?
No, that doesn't mean we just cheese the starts over and over again.
Okay, I've seen your videos. I've seen some of them where you do, I can't use this start, can't use this start. Oh, no, this start's no good.
That's letting chat vote on my start. That's an entirely different thing. That's when chat wants a particular start, we let them have it. So.
Well, chat, I'm reading chat right now, and they're saying that was a bullshit start. We should start over.
Right. The viewers don't want to see that start, you're saying?
Yeah. It's,
it would have been interesting to see how we make that work, because I mean that is one of the enjoyable parts of it, a low start. It's not particularly fun to play, but it can be enjoyable to see how you make the best of it. So.
No, it sounds like it just would have been horrible, is what I'm hearing.
This is much nicer. This is like 10 times better. This is easily 10 times better.
Because of the grain, the wheat, and the woods, basically? And marble. Ooh, marble.
Yeah, and marble. So we have horses, marble, stone, wheat, and a river system. So we have fresh water. And
we're close enough that we can get mountains, so we can do the campus and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So our goal today is, well, first off, we just wasted the first 3 minutes restarting for no reason at all, listening to Sean Bean twice. But, yeah, the goal is to play a little bit faster. We'll play more than 1 turn per episode. And we're calling this episode 1 because we had so many issues in episode 0.1 and 0.2. So...
yeah, it makes it ordering.
This is the official start location. So
right
where we're at then? I mean, we can upgrade this tile from a 1-1 to a 1-2 or 2-1.
Well, actually, this is one of those few starts where I actually would move. I would move to the hill, 1 tile to the south, because you're going to get a permanent +1 hammer from the city by doing that. And it's only 1 turn worth of movement, and you can do it this turn. Still have your immediate growth tiles from the wheat. You're still just as close to the horses. We do move further away from 1 wheat, but we move closer to a stone with an even higher resource yield. So I'd move 1 tile south.
Okay. However, we're not going to be able to settle this turn because it's too movement
we will delay 1 turn. Yep.
Okay. And then
nice. Picked up some more wheat.
Nice.
More wheat.
Lots of wheat. Isn't there there's like a pantheon or something that's related to wheat, isn't there?
There might be. There might be a sun god style pantheon in there. I'm not entirely sure.
Cross the river and head down through this flat terrain this way, probably?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Let's move on. Research. Why is it not asking me for research? Oh, we didn't settle.
No science.
Ah, derp. I knew that. Found a barbed scout.
Turn 1 or 2, whatever it is.
Yeah, of course, because they have more production than we do. We talked about this before. Probably going to go, what, Scout, Scout, Builder, or Scout, Scout, Slinger, Slinger, Slinger kind of thing?
Yep, I would immediately get at least one scout. I would also tell your city about the wonders of production and growth.
Yeah, okay. Sure. We'll do that in just a moment. We did have that horse nearby.
In this game, the windmill is or not the windmill, the watermill is going to be pretty amazing. If you look at it's under the wheel tech, you can mouse over it, but it gives us one extra food for each plain and wheat resource.
Yeah. And we also have rice that we just saw when the warrior moved. So
yes, we have a lot of those resources. That would be quite good. So some variation. The other thing is we're going to want to improve tiles that we're going to work in the early game. If we are going to rush a builder to get that boost for, I can't even remember what it's called now, one of the early inspirations.
Wheel, and then in here.
The 3 tile, yeah, that one, craftsmanship, exactly. If we want to get that boost, what we want to look at is what 3 tiles are we likely going to be working for a long period of time in our capital, and are they worth improving? And right now, absolutely. Horses are an amazing tile when they're improved. They become a 2 food, 3 production tile in the early game, which is super good. Stone improvements, decent. You see the hill stone? That stone's even better. One to the west, you see how the yield's 2-2 as opposed to 2-1?
Yeah, because the extra hill gives you the extra +1 production.
Yeah, exactly. And wheat. So we have plenty of tiles that we want to improve in the early game. We can easily hit that tech. So something along the lines of getting the tiles. So we might want to, for example, pick up the ability to improve pastures, which is animal husbandry, and we might want to pick up the ability to improve stone, which is mining. Those are probably the 2 that I would go for out of these, just because of the resources we have available in the cap.
Okay. I guess we'll go for these in that order then. It makes really no difference, right? Because we're not going to have the worker for a little while. Builder, excuse me.
Yeah, I do it all the time too. I call them hammers too, and probably they should be called cogs or something similar, but I'm sticking with hammers.
Yeah, I've always called them like production. I don't know.
Yeah, that could work too.
On our camp. Yeah. Probably don't want to fight that just yet. Want to keep exploring. South or west?
I would go east here.
East? So like this way.
Southeast here, the 1 tile, there you go, yeah, for there. And the thought process being, anytime you're going to go up against the sea, you're going to have a little bit less actual tiles that you're seeing and exploring. So yes, there probably is a goody hut over there somewhere, but we can get that a little bit later, but we just get less land explored and less options for goody huts if we're up against the sea.
I see what you mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Of course, there's more fucking sea over here screwing up everything, but it's a good in theory.
Yeah, no goody huts yet, naturally.
Yeah.
Washington's about to grow! Yay! Oh, shoot. I apologize. You wanted to teach them about the virtues of working production, right?
Yes, I do.
But they're already doing 2 food, 1. Now, I've heard the argument, though, that 2 food, 1 is better because you get the pop-up faster.
I absolutely would work a 2 food, 1 tile, 1 hammer tile here over a 1-2. Absolutely. So I would work the wheat, but that's what I was looking for. Yeah, the little bubbles look in. Yep. So. And I would even lock that. Well, I guess you don't have to here. You have enough of them. In a little bit, when we start getting some better tiles, we'll lock the best tiles and let it sort between the rest of them. So you do have to pay attention a little bit because right now I believe it values, when we were working out by the 5%, it actually values the 1 food, 2 hammer higher, right? Because
it's taking the total amount. And we're not planning on, I don't think we're releasing the other 2 we recorded, are we? So.
Oh, we might not have talked about it. Okay, let's talk about that real quick then. So basically the way it works is when you have enough amenities, you get a percent increase to your production on all non-food yields. Right there. So what this means is you're actually getting more growth. You're actually getting a bigger boost to your food than you are to every other yield. But the way the game is calculating it right now, it's applying a modifier to the actual yield. See how we're getting 5.3 in the corner there and 1.4, and we're only getting 4 food with no point after it because it does it differently for food versus all the other resources. So if we leave it to focus these, I'm actually surprised right now that with equal focus right now, it should actually be prioritizing the 1 food and 2 hammers. And I'm not sure why it isn't right now.
No, we talked about this last time. It makes sense.
No, it's the other way around. It would make sense if it prioritized the production, because the production is actually getting a higher yield. Those 2 are 2 times 1.05, while the food is just 2 times 1.
Yeah, because the extra 2 food's giving us a 0.2 bonus over what we actually would have. 0.2 is less than 0.3. That is really weird. Well, we haven't figured it out yet, basically.
I would lock the wheat tile just to make sure, because I'm now getting paranoid it's going to switch off that when we're not looking and stunt our growth. So.
Right. So I chose to not move into the hill and just go for the flat terrain exploration so we could reveal more, but we're revealing a lot of water, which is useless. Yeah. I mean, it looks like we're going to have to either try to cross this hill or just double back and try to...
I would definitely start crossing the hill. I don't think there's any... Doubling back is such an inefficient use of 2 or 3 turns. We're going to lose goody huts that way. At some point, we'll have to go down and clear that camp anyways, because, I'd go north one there. Okay.
Oops.
Same reason, same general thought. Like, on the coastline, we can't find goody huts.
Makes sense. I was looking at it like, we'll reveal more tiles because these are not explored and this one is already kind of explored, but I see your argument. Okay, nothing to be done then for now. 3 turns slow
The other
growth.
thing is, we could take a look at what does it cost to buy that horse.
That should just be like, what, 50 gold, I think, right now? Yeah.
Okay, so not too far away. A couple more turns. It's definitely worth buying that when we can. Or even one of them, either the 4 food tile or the 2-2 horse tile. Or the 2-2 stone tile. They're all roughly the same. So.
Well, considering the amenity bonus to growth right now, maybe that 4 food would be best.
Yeah, possibly.
I wish that these things were keybound, by the way.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
There.
Yep.
This is where some of the, me being in the driver's seat might slow things down a little bit, because I don't want to make mistakes that are going to upset Filthy. However, at the same time, that looks like water right there to me.
Maybe. We're going to find out this turn.
That way?
Yeah.
Aha! I was right.
Water, nice. Oh, we went to city-state, Geneva. We've now
Nice.
doubled our science.
Awesome! Super
More than
good.
doubled our science, actually. It's
Yeah.
giving us 2 out of 2. Wait, I don't think that's updated. I can't have updated. We're not making 2 out of 2.8 just from them, right? Surely we wouldn't triple our science meeting a city-state.
No, I can't, no. I mean, we could go figure it out real quick. Yeah, now
okay,
it's
just
showing
doesn't update it.
4.9. That tooltips need to update instantaneously. Come on. Come on, game.
They don't. Also, you notice the growth tooltip on if you mouse over your capital, and you see the tooltip on the far west side, I guess, of this. The left side.
The little
See,
one?
this is 1 turn. If you move food around, it will update in the city screen itself. See where it says 1 turn until growth in the actual city screen. That one will update, but the tooltip on the actual outside of the city won't.
Ah, that must drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Second scout, straight into a builder.
I think so. I think I'd go second scout here. I mean, we have amazing land, so there's argument for an amazing early game tiles. There is some argument for that early builder. And the other thing is we're going to have barbs so close to us that we may want to go early builder so we can go early military unit because they've already scouted us. They're going to spawn towards us. It might actually be a good game for that, but I do like getting double scouts out when we can.
Okay. Any plans for this guy then? Is he going to keep going south or go east?
Yeah, I might loop him around through Geneva in that little area there and then head him back to the city because we are going to have barbs spawning into us. And if we're going to go that second scout, we can maybe use the scouts to actually do some exploration.
So scouts then north or west?
Yeah, I would north here.
Okay. I mean,
There's no real great one here. I'd just go there for the extra site, sure. Get a little bit of coast explored there. Ooh, it looks like it goes tundra pretty quick, so it's probably not going to be too much land there. Although I've had a lot of luck at finding goody huts in tundra. So in Civ 5, runes can't spawn on snow, although they can spawn on tundra. In Civ 6, there's no restrictions for that. You can get goody huts on snow or tundra.
okay. Well, that's interesting. All right, let's see. What's this new citizen working? He's working there. We have 46 gold. Next turn, we could buy something much better.
Yeah.
And this is slow production, even with the 2 production from our...
Standard pace, yep. I'd go back to working probably food here, honestly. We're going to get a better tile. I mean, because it doesn't matter. This is probably min-maxing that we haven't actually worked out the theory on, so this is just personal preference, probably more than anything else, which maybe we shouldn't even be talking about. But my sense is I do work 2-2 tiles when I can. I work them over 3 food tiles, but I like 2-1 tiles over 1-2 tiles in the very early game. Because it is important to get your caps pop up, because when you start spitting out settlers, you'll lose a population point every time you build a settler, and you want to kind of even that out so you don't lose too much production across the course of building settlers. So,
Right. Makes sense.
yeah, getting pretty bad on these. No good rolls on these goody huts, unfortunately.
Keep going north or go this way through the mountains then?
Either or, you got 2 scouts coming out. Maybe send them east, and then you can come back to the ones north. Where there was some barbs over the ones north, so it might be a little bit slower to scout that. We have 50 gold, by the way.
Yeah, I think we should buy the tile.
I do too. We
already expanded it. We
Perfect.
bought it via, and I still don't know exactly how often that happens, but
Well, let's do this then. Let's purchase the horse anyways. Actually, a horse is flat land over hill. I take it back. Let's purchase if we don't know this yet because it doesn't give us an indicator where the governor is growing to. But in Civ 5, part of the way the borders expanded was based on the terrain that the tiles were in. And rough terrain was more expensive culturally than flat terrain, which meant that the governor prioritized flat terrain over rough terrain. So if I had to pick between horses and stone here, it's more likely that our borders expand to horses on their own using Civ 5 logic than it is for the stone because the stone's on a hill. So with that in mind, if they cost the same cost, let's buy the stone. Because then we're more likely getting both. And I'd work these exact 2 tiles right here. The 4 food and the 2-2 looks pretty damn good.
do we even need to really take the time to lock, or is it gonna hopefully just be smart enough? I know we don't trust the game, but
I don't. I don't trust it. And the more we lock it in, the less we have to worry about it later, which I like. So I tend to do this religiously in Civ 5, lock every tile. And there's no production focus. In Civ 5, there's production focus. When the citizen is first grown, he gives you the yield of every single tile that he works, except for the food yield, which means that you want production focus. In this game, best as I can tell, when the new citizen is created, it gives you no yields from that citizen when it's first created.
So is this thing showing us that this is the actual top of the map, or could it go far?
Yes.
It could go higher?
It can't go any further.
Okay, so we know for sure.
Yeah.
That means the scout is like practically worthless, because he's going to path right through this.
Yeah. Well, we could swap positions here. The warrior could head home here to defend against the barbs, and the scout could go take over the exploring duties.
Yeah, makes sense, but I mean, he's still going to spend 2 or 3 turns just being a dummy.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. I actually like minimizing the minimap. I find it quite pointless.
I don't use the minimap too often either, so.
It's a minor thing, but like, why even have it on the screen, right?
Yeah. It probably will be useful at some point, but it's not useful right now. Oh, by the way, I want to play around this game with experience, because I'm getting some really weird experience numbers when attacking into barbarians. Sometimes they seem to give me 1 experience, which is like bare minimum, and sometimes I'm getting 8 or 9, and I don't know why. So it would be worth if we get a moment to think about it when we're doing combat.
You're getting 8.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, there's a camp there now.
Yeah.
Or was there one there before?
No, it just spawned.
All
you
right,
should get an audio notification. It sounds like beating drums when a barb camp spawns.
Yep, I heard it.
Okay.
I have a hard time seeing these through the fog of war.
Yeah.
They are really blended in with the forest tiles.
How do they look on strategic view? Are they any better? Because like you were telling me, like showing me how Goody Huts looked really good on that. Now they look about the same.
I think that's a lot more clear than this is. Look at how spread out the woods are versus this
okay.
very, very clear, spiky little circle.
That helps.
And that one down there is very clear.
Yeah.
Of course, it'd be nice if you could just like have a button to tab through them all. There's my one complaint. Anyway, so don't go there, but like still head east, yes?
Yeah, I would head south around Geneva. Geneva's borders are still open right now because it's pretty early in the game. I would actually attack that unit.
Not over the river though, right?
I would probably even attack over the river. Because while he's in the city, he can't be directly attacked. They'll have to attack the city to hurt him. So I'm okay with doing some damage this way. We can't get out of here, and I would actually build, as much as I want a builder with this land, this is what the problem with that barb camp spawning so close and that scout arriving so soon, is maybe we should have gone a unit. Yeah, because we're going to need something.
Yeah. So Slinger builder then, probably?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see there we got 5 experience?
5, okay.
5
I wonder why
attack.
5. Okay, just watch this across the course of this game, though. There is some logic to it, I just don't know what it is yet, because I've gotten 1, 3, 4, and 5 on melee units now. And 8 and 9 later, but I'm not sure why. That might have been something to do with the policy.
If we succeed in this fight, the Slinger will beat us up next turn.
Yeah,
I think we'll die.
So I would heal there. And this is why we attacked last turn, is that while we're in the city, we get nice healing bonuses. And I believe it's, in Civ 5, it was 25 in city, 20 in your own land. I think it's 15, 20 in this game. So I think we heal for 20 this turn.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, and he can't hurt us, so he can't hit us back, which is nice. So we're basically taking free experience out of him and setting up to remove the barbed threat a little bit earlier. Probably archery is not bad here, just for the stronger military units. And we're going to get a boost as soon as we kill a unit with the Slinger.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's hopefully not mess up and waste the science, right?
Look at this. So this is kind of cool. So we're getting, not great for our game, but kind of cool as a whole. So this is turn 15. Yeah. There's 2 Slingers, 3 Brutes, and a Scout next to our city right now.
You remember that setting in Civ 5? What was it called? Like, Raging Barbarians. I swear, it's like that's what we're playing with.
It's funny, Raging Barbarians in Civ 5 was actually just a nerf for the AI, because the AI handled them so much worse than you handled them as players, so you could just farm them. I wouldn't, just because, again, okay, so right now, here's the priority, at least from my perspective for dealing with barbarians. We don't care about barbarians right now. They can't hurt us. All they do right now is slow us down in terms of movement in our tiles. So the barbarians I care about most are barbarians standing on tiles I want to work, and barbarians are getting in the way of my exploration or settlement placement here. So right now, there's none of those barbarians. I would probably, with this scout, how long do we have in Slinger? 3 turns still? I'd slam the scout into that full hit brute again. Because he's still protected by the city. We still gain experience for this. We still wound the barbarian a little bit, and we set up to make an easier kill for our Slinger when our Slinger comes out. And that barbarian doesn't do anything. We don't care about any resource on the northeast side of our city at all.
Makes sense.
All
right, we can go to here.
Yeah, I would definitely. That's a hill. It's nice. They can't attack us in that hill.
Hey, look, another scout. Or was that the one that was over here?
Don't know. But lots of barbarians. We have 3 camps. There's a camp very close to us in the north too. We don't have it identified yet, but that's where those barbs are coming.
Yeah, it's got to be right up in that area. All right, Code of Law, cool. So we've talked about this in the first episode or 2. We probably want to go urban planning. Probably want to go discipline.
Yeah.
I still don't like.
For sure, we're fighting a million units here. I'm actually not so sure about urban planning here. I like urban planning, and certainly production is useful here. But we have found 0 goody huts, and we have very few scouts out right now. We may run into the issue of struggling to find a pantheon. So how important right now do we find a pantheon?
I like pantheons. I mean, at the very, I like to get at least the one that gives you like plus 10% growth, or just some generic pantheon is better than none.
Okay.
So sure, fair enough. Why not?
All right, so we have 2 turns left in this guy. Oh yeah, I would tech them both to half here. So we talked about this a little bit in the first game too. It tends to be neither of those we care about too much right now because we're not going to be using either of those. I'd let the scout heal. And yeah, the problem with
we would have enough health. He can't cross the river and hit the scout, and if he attacks across the river, we won't take much.
Oh, I'd be terrified here to attack into that because if you're not going to kill that unit, and that means you're going to have 2 barbarians attacking into. I guess maybe not. Maybe the slinger can't get us.
No, the slinger definitely can't hit this brute warrior. And then if this guy's attacks across the river, we get river defense. Plus he's at half health. He's already at -5 damage.
We did just get a combat bonus to it as well. Sure, you can either attack into it or just leave it on the wheat and not attack at all this turn, and next turn fortify, which is probably generally when you're getting overwhelmed by barbs, same as Civ 5. Fortification is your friend. You get an additional combat bonus for doing it. You're going to heal every single turn, whereas you won't if you attack every single turn. And a lot of times against barbarians, as we were just talking about, they don't bother us here. We don't care about them. They're not doing anything to us that we care about. All we want to do is keep the tiles that we want to work active. So standing on tiles that are important and then just fortifying is a really good way to deal with a ton of barbarians like this. So you could attack if you want. If you think you have the health to survive it, that's fine. And,
I do. I really wanted to.
That was 4 experience, not 5.
Interesting.
No idea why.
North or south?
Yeah. South, probably. I don't think there's any real call either way. Another city-state down there. It's good, I guess.
Right. Hopefully we're the first to discover that one.
Hopefully unit production. That's what we want right now.
Yeah, they're still not on the tiles we care about. Told you, we're totally safe. I mean, he attacked across the river, so we got hit by that, but anyway. Yep. 1 turn on our slinger.
Yep, I'd let the scout and the warrior heal this turn. And then next turn we'll start thinking about killing our way out of the barbarian swarms. Yeah, to the river, because right now it takes 3 movement points to cross. Okay, Leventa, that's actually Faith. Do we meet him first or no?
No.
Damn. That would have been a good way to not have to waste our time with God King. Yeah, I'd go northeast one. Because here's the logic again, right? Someone met Leventa. There's more of the borders are to the south of Leventa than they are to the north. So if we start heading north, we might get some goody huts.
Right. Plus, we do want to discover the other civ so we can get that boost, whatever that one is.
The writing boost? Yeah, we'll meet a civ, but there's no tech cost reduction in this game. So in Civ 5, if you every player that knows a technology that you meet, there's a reduction in your cost for that technology, and the tech costs don't change in here. So if every other AI in the game has archery done, it still costs us exactly the same amount of science as it would if none of the AIs had that done. Whereas in Civ 5, you get, I think it's a 5% reduction per civ that has it. So that doesn't exist in this game. So it's less useful to meet others, especially when you're playing Deity. One of the things was to meet all the other civs as soon as possible to get the biggest tech discount as soon as possible. But there's nothing like that in Civ 6 yet.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we're going to put in a cut here, but we will be back tomorrow. Hopefully the audio issues are resolved. Everything sounds good. You guys are happy. Do let us know in the comments down below if you like how it's going. And, we apologize for starting over twice now, actually. Don't count that first one, though. The earlier one, that was just, it was a bad start. So whatever. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. See you soon.